What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tamara Recipes. So in my bowl I have some cornmeal. I added a little salt just now, and I have my flour. Now you're gonna use the flour and the cornmeal to your liking. But for me, I love a lot of cornmeal in my dumpling. So if I'm using 2 cups of flour, I'm using like 3/4 cup of cornmeal, and sometimes I even use 1 cup. So I'm gonna use my hands just to mix all the dry ingredients together. Afterwards, I am going to start forming the dough. So I'm gonna add the water gradually. You don't want to add too much water because you don't want to spoil your dough. And at the same time, you don't want your dough to be too soft. So just add a little water each time, and then you squeeze to form the dough. Okay. Now ensure that as you form the dough, you be mindful of what you're doing. Whereas when you finish kneading, you have flour left in the bowl. No, guys, that's not the correct way to knead a dough. A good cook ensures that all the flour is cleaned from the bowl. So that's what I'm doing here. Now it do take some time if you're not an expert, but for me, quick time on me done like maybe like a 2 minutes and me finish kneading my dough. But just take your time, guys. Scrape along your bowl and ensure that all your flour is mixed out. Now if you choose, you could always just knead the flour without the cornmeal, so that would be a white flour dumpling. But for me, I don't really love the white flour, so I always add my cornmeal or add some whole wheat flour to it. Alright, but that's just me. You add whatever you like. Still I make dumpling. I also like to make some pumpkin dumpling, so I'm gonna leave a link where you could check out that recipe. Now when it comes to this point in the kneading, but if you had a little flour, you could just sprinkle a little water in your palm of your hand, just like what I did, and then you continue kneading. But just add like a tablespoon of water or a teaspoon. So when you finish kneading your dough, it's supposed to be smooth and stretchy, but not soft. If it looks like this, that means you're gonna add a little bit more water, like maybe like a teaspoon of water in the palm of your hand, and knead, so you can have a nice smooth dough. After kneading, you want to allow your flour to rest maybe for about 5 minutes or so, just for the gluten to be fully developed, and then you proceed to form in your dough, and then you put it in a pot, right? Now at this point, the dough is fully kneaded. So what I'm going to do is just set it aside and work on my yam and my banana. Now these are my ground provisions of choice. Now what if you choose to add like Irish or Sheen or Coke or any other ground provision? Go ahead. Alright, so I went off camera, I washed my ground provision. So now I'm going to peel. Now bear in mind that banana is stainy, so to prevent the stain from going on your hand, just oil your hands so that it will be easier to rinse the stain once you're finished peeling. Now when I wash my yam, I normally pat dry because the yam, it scratches a lot. So best way for me is to wash it and then I pat dry before I peel it. But while growing up, I see like older folks, they would peel the yam and then them wash it. But for me, guys, that don't make no sense. So that's just how I peel my yam. That's just how I do it. But if you don't do it like that, then do it the way you choose. Alright, so this is how I peel my banana. If I do it another way, and some people boil it in the skin, but for me, it has a different taste. A taste that I don't like. So if you like to boil it in the skin and then you remove the skin, when you're going to eat it, then go ahead, it's your kitchen. Okay? So I'm gonna just finish peeling my banana, and then I'm sure enough to peel the yam, and then we are gonna move on to the stove. But bear in mind that at this point you want to put on your water. You add enough water to cook your food as well. and you add some salt if you're a person who likes to add salt to your food. So I added a little salt, not too much because we don't want our food to be salty. Alright, so I added a little salt to the water. Alright, so yeah, when the water came up to a boil, I added my dumpling dough. I totally didn't realize that it wasn't recording. So the part where I was adding the dough, it never recorded. Alright, so please forgive me for that. I like to have my dumplings, then I add the yam. But you could always do it the order in which you please. Alright. Now after I finish peeling banana and yam, I normally add them into some water, just to prevent them from oxidizing. Yes guys. So give it a stir when you add them into the pot, but don't mix it same time because you don't want your dumpling to be deformed. Okay, so that's why I added the dumpling first, allow it to come up to a boil, and then I added the yam. So I make a cover and let them cook for maybe about 20 minutes and then I return.